Hi everybody, it's me again. Welcome back to my channel. And for those you don't know, I'm Tina. Hi. Yes, we are here to do another Come Clean with me. I know how much you love these videos as much as I love recording them. Not. I'll be the first to admit I hate doing dishes. I hate cleaning. But it's got to be done. Yeah, we had pizza tonight and I forgot to put these in the fridge. Just the leftovers. So throw those in there. Pull my arm out. Yeah, this is one of my new shirts that I got. It's huge on me because, again, I bought the wrong size, which, you know, happens. It happens. But yeah, we got a mess over here. The pizza. I got a watermelon, which we still need to cut up. Got some yummy bananas. That is my go-to for my snacks. I love my fruit, yes. Yeah, I was really bad during Easter with the jelly beans. I love Jolly Rancher jelly beans, and I must have ate like 10 bags of those things. But now that Easter's over, no more jelly beans for Tina. No more jelly beans. That looks dirty. Oops, didn't make it. Well, I have a box right behind you that I throw my linens in. And I'm just trying to make room over here to carefully move the watermelon. So I have room. It's a piece of green pepper that was on our pizza. Yes, I must have like 10 pot holders up here that just never got taken care of. Yeah, these are the things I was hanging on my they were on my stove for Christmas, but I'm going to hang it. I've been just hanging it on these little hooks that I put up so that I've been using them to, you know, as a towel instead of a decoration. Yes, I have, because I can, because they're mine. Yes, I sound like a little child. I'm trying to get my little garbage bag. This is a little garbage bag I tell you guys about. I put a garbage bag in it. And that's my little thingy I throw stuff in. Here's my little, this is the little box I use to throw my linens in from the kitchen. I was trying to grab the linen I missed when I tried throwing it in. So there, now I got them both. I got them both over here so I could throw stuff away. Yeah, let's be a good YouTuber, Tina. I don't want to go back to YouTube school. Yeah, learn the fundamentals. Yeah, we got some Kool-Aid for Josie. She enjoys some Kool-Aid once in a while. And yeah, I take the bags out. Yeah, we had BLTs the other day. I'm going to have to stand up to do that. That's fine. I will stand up. So I'll point you upwards so I can figure out why I can't push that back in the corner. Oh, I see why. There we go. Yep, I had those little shelves over there. You can't see them now. These ones here. I had these little shelves. This is what I had above the stove initially before Mom gave me the new shelves. I'm going to pause you for a moment because Tina got to pee. Okay. I was making sure the time was ticking. As you can see, we got the coffee maker over here for right now. And that's because for some reason, it just stopped working. Because we had it over here behind me. It's like my little coffee station behind me. But the coffee maker stopped working, and so my honey unplugged it from behind the fridge and moved it over here to try to fix it. Okay. Put a little cookie in my mouth so that it's all in my mind. As soon as I start thinking about it, then I start getting. That's how it works. Okay. Get that up there. We need to clean off this counter. But yeah, the coffee maker stopped working. My honey moved it over here, tried to fix it. And he managed to fix it by, he took the little reservoir off and like shoved it down into the hole, and there was like a little clog in there. He managed to get it out, so now it's working fine. But I don't know if he's planning on leaving it over here or if he's going to move it back over there. I don't know. Right now I'm trying to clean up this area over here. It's just the purple candle. Of course, I'm sure you knew that. It was okay. I thought it was going to smell like lavender, but it doesn't. I'm not sure what it smells like. It smells good. It's not. That's water. This thing still has. This one's empty. These were $1.25 at the Dollar Tree, and they were full of hand soap. And the little ghost too. I wish I had bought a bunch of them, but when I went back there the next day, well, not the next day, but a few days later, they were completely gone. Yeah. This is my shampoo I use to wash my hair. Yeah, there's room under the sink to put that. Let's see, what are you? Here's garbage. Yeah, I was using this to clean my covers the other day. This thing looks clean. Put it down there. So, yeah, I don't know if in another video you would have seen I had that box up here. Yeah, Tina finally went through it. Tina finally went through it, and that's why it's no longer up here. I'm looking for one of my little sponges that I wash with. As I told you, when my sponges or my dish towels start getting, nasty, I cut them up and make them into rags for cleaning. And I'm not seeing any of them. I guess I'm going to have to go through that again and get some new dish towels out to cut up and make into dish rags. But I'll have to use one of my, oh, hold on, I see one over here. I guess I took them all out and put them over here so I would know where to find them. I just forgot, but now I remember that. I remember it because I saw that. I saw that over there on the bottom shelf. But I was going to say, I was going to use one of my things that I use for my painting when I, rinse off my brushes. But I didn't need to do that. So that's good. Yeah, we got a big old mess on my pretty counters. But I haven't cleaned up this area in a long time. But now that I'm going to move my coffee pot over. I guess that's as far as it's going to go. It's not going to stay there. It's just temporary, so yeah, that's fine. It's fine just like that. I got to give that back to my mommy because that is hers. She does canning, and you can reuse those things. Yes, you can. What's in here? Oh, it has some of my miniatures in it. From the little iron, the little microwave, a little Ninja Turtle mask, and a little ghost. Yep, I was using it to put things in. I'll put it over here on my table with the rest of my mess, because I'm good at that. I'm good at making a bigger mess. Yes, I am. More pot holders. Just gonna clean it up back there a little bit. Oh, that's nasty. Good enough. Good enough for right now. Okay. There. Oh yeah, I was going to take this out. I don't keep the boxes. I just keep the bag and put it in my bread drawer. Because it's easier that way. Yeah, so now I can do the dishwasher and get the stuff out of the dishwasher and put it on the counter. Yep, oh, we can rip this box up. We can rip the box up. Yeah. Who loves tricks? I love tricks. There's a little girl right down here by my feet. She's just sitting there waiting for me to pick her up and show everybody. Come here. Come here, little girl. Do you want to say hello to everybody? Do you see the little girl? She's smelling my breath. Yeah, she's pretty. Yeah, you're a little girl. You need a bath. You smell like dog. You smell like dog. She's like, I can't help it, Mom. I'm a dog. I am a doggy. Okay, come on. I'll bring you over here by Mommy. I know she wants to sit close to Mommy. Okay, is that better? Is that better? Hold on. She's a little girl. What are you smelling? What you smell? Huh, little girl? You're so pretty. Yeah, Mommy needs to trim her bangs. Yeah, and her mustache. She has a beautiful mustache. Look at her. She's my little girl. Yeah, I was talking to my son about getting another dog because he didn't have many friends, and so I wanted to get him a dog as a companion, but unfortunately at the time he was working at the hospital, putting in long hours, and he needed his sleep, and Maggie needed a lot of attention. So unfortunately, I ended up having to spend the majority of the time with her, and she became my dog. So I told Anthony, I was like, we're going to get you a dog, and you're going to have to take care of it and spend time with it, so it is your dog, not my dog. And he liked that idea. And so that is the plan, unless he wants to get another cat. Because Jelly Bean is getting old. She's like 12, I think. And I'm worried that, when she passes, which, eventually the day will come that's going to happen, he's going to be heartbroken. And so, I want to have another cat beforehand so that, it won't be such a massive hit to him when she does go. And so, I'm not sure if he wants to get a cat or if he wants to get a puppy. And I was telling him, I was talking about getting a little wiener dog, a little Dachshund. But he wants to go to the shelter and, rescue a dog. And I was like, well, that's a good idea. So that is the plan. We're going to, not today, not tomorrow, maybe not even this month, but it's, it's a plan for eventually to get him his own little companion pup. So, yeah, we were talking about that. Yep, I'll take him to the pound and let him pick out whatever he wants. If he wants a cat or if he wants a dog. But I told him, I was like, you're gonna need to get a puppy. It's gonna have to be a puppy so that Josie could get used to it. If he brings in a huge dog or whatever, Josie is not gonna like that. So it has to be a puppy that she can get used to. Because it took a long time to get her used to Maggie and Jelly Bean. Because she has a fear of animals she don't know. And I remembered when she was very young, we had about 3 or 4 cats. I can't remember, but she did not have an issue with them. But when we moved, we got rid of the cats, and because she wasn't around it constantly, she got a fear of animals. She couldn't even you know, be around them or she'd be screaming and crying. And so I decided then, you know, I'm going to get a dog, a small one, like the size of a cat. And, you know, she'll have to get used to it. And she did. I knew she would eventually. But, you know, to begin with, you know, I had to, you know, keep Maggie kind of away from her, you know, to bring her in slowly so she could get used to it. And, you know, with that, she ended up, my mom has three dogs. And when we would go to Mom's house for Christmas or something, Josie, I had to drag her in the house because of those dogs. And my mom, she would have to lock the dogs up. And so having gotten a dog, Josie now, she can be around my mom's dogs with, you know, no issue. She'll walk right by them like they're not even there. So I think it was a great idea to, you know, force her to be around animals, to see that, you know, they're not going to hurt you. You don't have to be afraid of them. And that's exactly, it worked. With Jelly Bean, I would have to lock her upstairs because Josie would, you know, be so scared of her. So when Josie wasn't in school and she was home, I would have to lock Jelly Bean upstairs with Anthony. And that's why Jelly Bean, you know, is like Anthony's cat. It's you know, the Jelly Bean is supposed to be my cat. And Maggie was supposed to be Anthony's dog. So it kind of got switched around because I was, you know, having to lock, you know, Jelly Bean upstairs. But then I was like, this is not fair. It's not fair to Jelly Bean. And so once we got the dog, I was like, okay, Josie's going to have to get rid of the cat. Not rid of the cat, but get used to the cat. And Jelly Bean was very, she didn't like go around people. She'll let you pet you, but she won't like jump on you or anything like that. So she's a very mellow cat. And so it was the perfect cat, you know, for Josie to get, you know, used to. But it's, and she's actually gotten to the point, because especially when it's storming out, thundering, Maggie will get really scared. And she'll jump up in Josie's lap. And Josie will allow it now. She'll pet Maggie to calm her down. It's, I mean, just, it's like, you know, night and day. And, you know, of how she was. You know, I can't even tell you. Yeah, my mom, she could tell you how scared she was. You know, like I said, I'd have to drag her into my mom's house. You know, I'd be telling, you know, the dogs are locked up. You don't have to, you know, be afraid. And she knew the dogs were in that house, and she did not want to go in. That's how terrified she was of it. But now she'll just walk right in the house, like, and the dogs, you know, they're all excited and they're jumping on her, and she don't care. So I think I did a good choice of, you know, getting the dog and making her see that, you know, you don't have to be afraid of it. I was really worried, though. I was really worried, you know, before we got the dog, thinking about how Josie was going to react. And I was like, well, if push comes to shove and things don't work out, I guess Mom was going to have another dog. I guess that's what's going to happen. But luckily it didn't come to that. No, it did not. And I'm so thankful because I love my little girl. Well, I love Josie, but I'm talking about Maggie. I love both of them. My daughter more, of course, because Maggie's a dog. But I love my little girl. Yes. I never, you know, my mom and Scott, you know, they're when I would bring Josie over, and they'd have to lock up the dogs, and they were really, you know, sad about having to lock them up. And I didn't understand, you know, how it's like, she's your granddaughter, you know, they're just dogs. But now I understand it. I understand because, you know, dogs are so much different than cats in the way they, you know, you bond with them. And I didn't understand that until we got Maggie. Because I never had a dog before, except for when I was a kid. But I don't remember having that kind of bond with the dogs from when I was a kid. I don't remember that kind of bond, but now I understand why they didn't like, they were, you know, so sad about having to lock their animals up. I wouldn't want to have to either. No. But now I understand. Yes, I do. There's not many dishes in here. It's mainly pots and pans. I actually used my new pans today. First time using my new pans. I've used them for making the pizzas. Come on. There we go. Yep. Yeah, I was telling my honey actually brought these dishes over. And this pan is so heavy. And I told my honey, I was like, this is cast iron. This is a cast iron pan. And he didn't believe me. So look at this pan. Okay, it's very heavy. Tell me this is not cast iron. If I'm wrong, I want you to tell me down in the comments if this is not a cast iron pan. Because, you know, I've never owned a cast iron pan or anything like that, but if I were to feel a heavy pan like that one, it has to be cast iron. It has to be. But if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know down in the comments. It doesn't have any kind of, you know, the Teflon on it or anything like that. So, I don't think, well, I do think it's cast iron. And it also has a matching Dutch oven that goes with it. And that thing is so heavy. Yes, it is. Okay. I'm going to run some hot water on this because it has grease in it. From, I think we had BLTs. And that's what it's from. The bacon. It was from bacon. Yeah, no, I don't save the bacon grease. I don't even know how when it comes to, you know, that kind of fat stuff. I use cooking spray whenever I need to use something. Okay, now it's starting to get good. And melt that grease. And I know what you're going to say. Tina, you shouldn't be putting grease down your sink. And I know, but it's too late now. I honestly just thought of that, so I'm just going to let the hot water run for a bit so any grease that might be in the pipes right now will go down the drain. Okay. Yeah, I'm not going to put my purple pans in here. I'm going to wash those by hand. And give me a knife. Yes, I had chicken noodle soup the other night with chicken noodle soup and crescent rolls. That's what I had for dinner the other night. And there's just a couple noodles in here from the chicken noodle soup. You know how tender they are? So I'm just squishing them and putting them down the drain. And I know what you're going to say. I know what you're going to say. Tina, don't do that. Tina, what are you doing? Tina, shame. You know the best plunger for your sink if it gets a little clogged? It's your hand. The palm of your hand, just give it a little suction and it'll go right down. There it goes. There it goes, right down the drain. There, I put my strainer in there like it should be. Just like it should be. Okay. Okay, and I'm going to dry my hands off. Okay, put this in there. What's on the bottom there? What is that? Ew. Ew. I don't know, but it was nasty. It got under my finger. I think it was potato. I'm not sure where potatoes come from. I don't remember eating potatoes. But yeah, it felt like potatoes. So we're going to put a pot in here real quick. Okay. I'm going to put it on 1 hour wash. Let me start. And here's my metal cookie sheets that I use for make dinner tonight. And I am not putting those in the dishwasher. No way, Jose. I'm going to wash them by hand. Yep. Make sure they're clean. Put them kind of see what I'm doing. I'm just going to grab a towel to dry this off with. There. Yeah, these are from Aldi's, and you know, Aldi's is high quality, but not the highest quality, so I'm going to make sure these are dried off so they don't rust. No, I don't want them to rust. There, there's one of them. Yep, I used both. I used both of them for dinner tonight. Yep, we had pepperoni with green peppers, and they were delish. I don't know, I was just craving pizza with green peppers on it, and it was delicious. Okay. I think I got it clean enough. I realized the paper, the sticker is still on the back. Try pulling that off. Yeah. Got it. Glad it didn't catch fire or burn. Yep. Okay, still look as good as new. Yep. This one probably still has the sticker on it as well. Yes, it does. With it being wet, I wonder if I can pull it off. Can I pull you off? Yes, I can. I got it. I got it completely. Let's see what time it is. I can't see the time. 26. Yeah, we're almost done anyway. I'm just going to put away these few little thingies, and then the video will be done. But I'm going to put an ending on it now, because you know how much my camera likes to shut off at 30 minutes. So thank you so much for watching. And if you have a question or a comment, leave it down below. Like I always say, I do read your comments every single day. I might not answer them immediately, but I do read them. And if you liked the video, if you enjoyed it, why don't you leave me a little like? I would so appreciate it. But yeah, so what was I going to say? What else? Yeah, I talked about comments. Subscribe. If you haven't subscribed yet, why not? Why not subscribe today? Just click that little subscribe button. It's free. And then you'll be able to watch me more often. I know how much you love this pretty little face. So again, if you want to subscribe, just click that subscribe button. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll catch y'all in the next video. Bye.